underneath the Texas Panhandle. We've got 100 billion cubic square feet of helium stored. They've been there for 70 years. They want to get rid of the helium by releasing it into the air. What you mean the people down there would have to breathe the helium? And I know you'll all agree with me on this one. Last thing this country needs is people from Texas talking funny. I just rented the movie G.I. Jane with Demi Moore. Have you seen that piece of crap? God, I can't believe she changed the pronunciation of her name from Demi to Demi. I hope she gets hit by a semi-truck. Alright, there's the crowd I lost a second ago. Let me tell you something about being a comedian. You can tell a lot about the people in any part of this country by what book reviewers say. I read one a couple months ago called The Day Before Midnight. Chicago Tribune, once you pick it up, you won't put it down. Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, if you read a book this year. Make sure it's The Day Before Midnight. Arkansas Gazette, no pictures. Can't even read it, but it sure do burn pretty good. Our college system's going nuts. The NCAA announced for the first time in 5 years that graduation rates among college athletes has dropped from 58% to 57%. And if there are any University of Minnesota athletes in the crowd tonight, that's a drop of 1%. Discovery Channel was on after that. I love the nature shows. I hate that the narrators always think they know what the animals are thinking. So you say the salmon swim upstream because it's spawning season, huh? Well, how do you know it's just not a huge underwater monster going, ah! You know, folks, I do a lot of driving as a comic, and I don't know about you, but when I drive, really silly things fly into my head, probably because I don't have a windshield. And I was thinking this on the drive up. Did you know that if actress Sybil Shepherd married former band member Ish Kabibble, she'd be Sybil Kabibble? You guys like the Goofy? Is that the stuff? And Amish teenagers in Ohio, did you read this? They're sowing their wild oats. They're putting battery-powered radios and speakers on the back of their buggies, creating slow-moving, horse-drawn boomboxes. The people are pissed, because you start the Amish out with music, you know what's next. Toasters. You have to let the Amish make their music. Hell, let them put out a CD. If the Amish put out a successful CD, you know this country's next hot recording artist is going to be? LL Cool Jacob. Run DM Zachariah, you know what I'm talking about? Phone company came out with a service designed to humiliate single dating men. It's called call blocking. Have you heard of that? Jesus, you get to punch in the 10 telephone numbers of the people you don't want to hear from. Someone calls, they hear a message that says, at the customer's request, your call is being blocked. Is that like a cold slap in your face or what? At the customer's request, your call is being blocked. I'll tell you, when call blocking came out, women were asking me for my phone number left and right. Would you like to go to outer space? You know, when the men walked on the moon in 1969, they hit golf balls up there, and the experts at NASA say today, 30 years later, those golf balls are still circulating somewhere in outer space. Can you imagine you're up in the space shuttle, coming out of the hatch, do some minor repairs on some faulty equipment, and out of nowhere, you get drilled in the dome by a Top Flight 6. You know what they say in space, no one can hear you scream, fuck! College down south, get this, is seeking high school dropouts to work on a ship at sea for 6 months, and in return they'll receive their GEDs. I'm like, new program, don't we call that the Navy? Drove here from Chicago, folks. For the 3rd year in a row, Chicago's home to the worst postal service in the nation. Letters are arriving 15 years late. The other day, I got my SAT results. 470 combined. Thank you very much. I'll be teaching math at King High School on Monday. Looking forward to that right there. King High School. Chicago's broke, out of money to get cash in the system. Get this. Mayor Daley wants to impose a $15 fine on all these gang-banging, drug-dealing high school dropouts if they get caught in their campus. Can you believe that? 15 bucks! What I want to know is how the city's going to make change when all these $100 bills start rolling in. That's That's not a good way to get cash into a system. They want to bring riverboat gambling to Chicago, but everyone's afraid it'll bring in the mob. Like they don't have their own zip code, for Christ's sake, you know? And if you've never been riverboat gambling, let me tell you something right now. It is evil and not a short-term financial solution. I'm in Davenport, Iowa, on the boat at the roulette table, watching the ball go around and around and around the roulette table, and out of nowhere, they kicked me off the boat for improving the odds. And I mean, how did I know that the jawbreaker was going to fly out of my mouth, right? 16 red, 22 black, winner! I just read that Oscar Mayer isn't advertising in any more Super Bowls because they said the halftime show is too sexy and suggestive. Yeah, right, but driving a big Wienermobile through a tunnel's okay. Where do you draw the line? That's all I want to know. Did you know that if perfume heiress Princess Machiavelli married Red Button, she'd be Princess Machiavelli Buttons? They're so goofy, and you continue to laugh. What the hell's the matter with you? I was driving around downtown Boise this morning, and I have one question for you. Could you get a few more goddamn one-way streets, for Christ's sake? You can't turn left anywhere in this goddamn city. You want to turn left, you gotta turn to the right, turn to the right, turn to the right, turn to the right. I go a circle, can I go left? Nope, turn to the right. I turned right so much today, I almost listened to Rush Limbaugh. Good news for women. A couple months ago, doctors think they came up with a cure for PMS. Unfortunately, fellas, it comes in the form of diamonds and cash.